question is, the statement, a man can marry his aunt's daughter or uncle's daughter and his paternal cousin, while the medical science says not to marry from the family side, because it may cause diseases and unhealthy children. This is the question as it's come. How can things be allowed in the Sharia, but yet it can cause harm? The answer to this is that it's well known in Islam that a man, he can marry his paternal or maternal cousins. A man can marry his paternal cousin, the daughter of his uncle, daughter of his uncle from the father's side, or it could be the daughter of his uncle from the father's side, or the daughter of his aunt from the father's side, but also the same for the mother's side. The mother, your mother has a brother and a sister, your uncle and your aunt from your mother's side, maternal, and they have daughters. It is allowed for a man to marry them. They're not from the muharramat that we mentioned last week. It's allowed. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions in Surah Al-Ahzab, He says, Ya ayyuhan nabi, inna ahlalna laka azwajak. O Prophet, we have made permissible for you your wives, allati atayta ajurahunna, those to whom you give the mahar, the dowry. Until the saying of Allah, where He says, wa banati ammik. Wa banati ammik, who are they? The daughters of ammik, your paternal uncle, your paternal uncle's daughters. وَبَنَاتِ عَمَّاتِكَ, and your daughters of your paternal aunties. وَبَنَاتِ خَالِكَ, and the daughters of your maternal uncle. وَبَنَاتِ خَالَاتِكَ, and the daughters of your maternal aunt. Naam, and so this is the ayah in the Quran, clear, that they are allowed for us to marry. And that's the asl, they are allowed. And likewise, the Messenger of Allah, he married his paternal cousin, Zainab bint Jahsh. He married his paternal cousin. And likewise, Ali bin Abi Talib, he married Fatima. Who was Fatima to him? Who was Fatima to Ali? His paternal cousin's daughter. Who was his cousin? Who are we talking about? The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is allowed for you. It is allowed for you. You have a paternal cousin. So if you imagine now, any one of you, you have a paternal cousin, a sister. She's your paternal cousin, whether it's from your father's side or your mother's side. It's allowed for you to marry her, right? Clear. So if you're allowed to marry her, you're allowed to marry anything that comes from her children. Naam. And so, when Ali, radiallahu anhu, when he married Fatima, that's what we're talking about here. Now, some scholars, however, they said that it is better to marry from further away. Someone who's not related to you. To marry from outside, if you want to say. To marry from further away. Some they said this, and they have a saying that الزواج من القريبة أصبر ومن البعيدة أنجب. It's a saying that they say that getting married to someone who's قريبة, related to you, someone who's close to you, is أصبر. أصبر is from صبر. There's more patience in that. I'm going to explain that. And getting married to someone who's not related to you, further out, anjab. It means that it's more likely that you're going to have offspring and children. The issue of fertility. That it's more likely you're going to have more children. And the reason why they say that, this statement here is that marrying someone who is close to you, related to you, such as the paternal cousin, asbar, meaning that that woman is more likely to be patient. Between that marriage is going to be more patience. Why? Because it's not just the marriage that's at stake. There's family, there's ties. Family and ties and so on. And the effects of the marriage ending has an impact. So the couple are more likely to be patient with any discord that takes place in the marriage. Now, as for marrying from further away, then it's said that is anjab. That it is more likely that because of the genes and so on, it's something that they say that it's more likely that she's going to be anjab, more likely to become pregnant and have lots of children. Now, however, this is just a saying, and there are some ahadith or athar, hadith, which has been attributed to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam concerning this. However, it's da'if. It's weak. And likewise, an athar that goes back to Umar or Ibn Umar, I think it is Umar, one of the two, Umar radiallahu anhu or Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, where he encouraged to marry from outside. However, that which the scholars they say is that it is not to be said that it is better, because it's not based on any evidence in the Sharia. And as for when the claim comes that it leads to disabilities and disease and so on, then firstly, that happens between husband and wife who are unrelated also. It happens with people who are unrelated. It happens even there. And secondly, how many have got married, paternal cousins who have got married, and there is no problem. There is no problem. And so, it is permissible in our deen, and as the majority of the scholars they say, and the present day scholars, all of them, Sheikh Ibn Baz, Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen, Sheikh Al-Albani, many of them, they say that all of this science and this what they claim, whatever they claim, then it has no asl, and this is in the hands of Allah. It's in the hands of Allah. So we pay no attention to that, and it is allowed for us. It is allowed for us, as we have seen from the ayah in Surah Al-Ahzab, and likewise from the Sunnah.